This broadcast is inappropriate for all ages, right here on hashtag WeAreMovieClub. This is Scary Movie Squad. I am camera. You can see me now because my camera stopped failing. I literally had to unplug it, replug it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous the things we go through. I did mean to check and see if we started anywhere close to on time. It's really just supposed to be sometime after the movie ends because we do this back to back with the movie. We just watched The Vault over on Rabbit slash Camerite. It's rab.it slash Camerite. And yeah, so we're starting just about on time minus the technical difficulties. We usually run about 9 to 11. It went to about 9:30, or I'm sorry, 10:30, and I spent a little bit of time in Minecraft prepping a set. We'll see how it do. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to liven it up because this is a movie that's like rides the line, honestly, of like maybe going towards bad movie club. Like, and that's for watching it the second time. When I've been watching it the first time, I actually enjoyed it. I was like, okay, this will be a good one. It's reliable quality, which is something that we've had a problem on the previous couple weeks. But this obviously wasn't a big enough movie to get enough of a draw. I should have done like 47 meters down. Um, Next week I'm just gonna go classic. I'm gonna go Alien. I'm just tired of it. I don't even know if it's available anywhere publicly, but I know I can do it for me. So I will. Let's see. Watch Alien movie online. Is there going to be a single legal site that comes up? I don't know. We'll find out. But just to give you kind of a decent idea where my brain's at, aesthetics 70, storyline 75, character development 80, compulsion 40, and so that averages out to 66.25. And 50 is kind of the failure threshold. If you get below a 50, it's a technical fail. So other than Amazon, like the top looks like 10. Amazon and YouTube. Oh geez, there's actually a version on YouTube. Wow. And who knows what that actually is. I'm curious what Amazon has. Amazon has it where you can pay to rent it. That's fine. I've got a copy. We'll get it to you. We'll watch that next Friday. I gotta set the event up. I actually forgot to do that. Normally I would have done that by now, but I've got to do the thumbnail still. Do I have it? I know I went. Oh God. Oh God. Ah. What are we doing? What are we doing? I know I went and grabbed it. Yeah, it's there, so I can set it up while I'm talking. This movie, it's got a decent enough cast. It's got James Franco. I think Taryn Manning is the lead. It's got Wichita. I keep calling her that. I don't know. Maybe it's Kansas. It's like I could have sworn she's a state in Orange Is the New Black, and so it's got her in it. It's got some dudes. The short and skinny of it is that they are robbing a bank that ends up being haunted. Honestly, it's got its pros and cons. It's a good concept. I think it's a good, solid concept, but they don't do enough with it properly. First off, it takes a while for it to start ghosting officially, to actually give the audience something to react to, anyways. Let's say it that way. So, like, if it was The Grudge or something, they would have had like things happening up in the corner. It would have had someone float up behind them and like kind of like silent scream at them that obviously no one could see. We would have been able to see things that were happening that people. There's a lot of fun things that you can do with ghosts that didn't happen in this movie. The only time the ghost showed up was like right before they were about to interact with the robbers. Really, it didn't really do much to the hostages. And of course, that was part of Franco's point, was to try to keep everybody safe, if that makes enough sense to you. So, I don't know. There's just my god, how do I say it? Like, there's a lot of potential here that's not filled out. I think they got some actors too that like they met certain requirements, they had deals worked out, but I don't think it was really what everyone wanted out of it, if that makes sense. Um, I think they just fell short. I don't think it was the actor's fault. I don't think it was just everything that was put together didn't mix well, and I think it could have been written a little bit better. I'll give the writer shit there. That much for sure. I don't. I, I really, there's so much you could have done with this. Let's see, movie horror, and then I could be done with this, and then I can concentrate a little bit better. I shouldn't be doing this on stream, but who cares? Somebody's gotta get stuff done, you know. And they didn't. They got it done in this, but like it wasn't quite what I would expect. When I hear horror movie, I expect certain things, and I didn't get it. I didn't get like a creature. Like the ghosts didn't really behave like creatures. It was just kind of like a force that happened. It was almost like setting off an alarm and then dealing with sentry turrets. Not the most exciting thing in the world. Not much you can do against them. Like, I don't think in the entire movie they actually fought the ghosts. They were just kind of running from them. And then when you run from a bear, my favorite analogy for that sort of thing, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just outrun everyone else. So some of the people get away. And I don't care. That's the biggest problem. Is I don't care. As much development as the time as they spend on development, it's probably the best thing the movie does. Like they let you know who people are. They give you background information. Even the bank, they give you history and narrative, and they talk to each other and they develop these relationships. And I just don't give a fuck. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't further the story. It kind of furthers the guessing game that they don't tell you about until the end of the movie. And I'll spoil it. Spoilers. It was kind of they sixth sense it. Like one of the guys is dead, and they don't tell you till the end of the movie because he seems very normal. And spoilers again. It's Franco. It's the former bank assistant bank manager just trying to make sure all the hostages stay safe. Of course, the robbers are going to take out the other robbers first because competition or whatever. What I don't understand when they utilize it is that all the ghosts work in tandem. One of the proper things about doing ghosts is that you either usually have like one ghost or a group of ghosts that were teammates in real life or were all bad guys in real life, so they're at least acting independently bad. Like, I'm thinking 13 Ghosts. Or it was like a team of people who rob banks or whatever, and then that's who you're dealing with. So the hostages, I don't know, like, it's not explained, there's no intuitive direction with it. They seem to be working for the robber in death forever in perpetuity. And I don't understand why. I don't do that. It's not like he's forcing them to do stuff. They seem just really compelled to help out. They hold the big guy down. They shove the shotgun in his mouth. The robber doesn't seem to do anything. That seemed to be all hostages. And maybe it's the hostages misdirecting their rage at the current robbers. Yay, that makes sense. But then why is the robber not offing the hostages if we're going that direction? There's just things that don't line up just right. So we end up with something that looks more like this. Like, we can have a happy picture. I don't get what they were going for. I don't understand what people ultimately wanted out of this. I mean, they definitely had a direction they went with the art and everything. They had a look. It was very thematic, but like, so it was well put together. I just don't understand the point of it. It's like, okay, we got a thing done. Let's move on. It's like they really had like a coke party to get to, and they couldn't get there fast enough, so they had to rush through this. And maybe that's literally, not literally, but like figuratively what it was is they had a short time period. They had a low budget. they had to make things work and get it done, and this is what came out of it. So maybe the pitched product wasn't what near the I'm sorry, the produced product wasn't nearly on par with the pitched product. Um, it is late. Leave me alone, old. So like it feels really forgettable. And the real confusing thing is this doesn't feel like an original storyline. I feel like we've done this storyline before, but I can't place it at all. Um, I'm getting flashes of the Michael J. Fox movie where he teams up with ghosts to stop ghosts. But that was a serial killer, not a bank robbery. I'm thinking I get flashes of Inside Man because it's one of the best bank robbery movies I've ever seen. It really is. Go watch that if you get a chance. I can't really recommend this 100%, but um, it does have some value. If you're going to watch it, you can watch it and expect to have something, but it's not necessarily going to be great. It might be good. You might like it. Um, and I'm not trying to disparage the actors at all because they all do a good job with what they were given. I was really impressed. The main girl, I keep calling her not blonde. I think it's Taryn Manning. Has big old eyes and yeah, they're really pretty. But she does this single tear role that was actually really impressive, and it was more about like because she has these big eyes, she can hold the watery eye look for a longer period of time, and it's actually effective. Whereas if we look at Wichita, Kansas, or whatever the hell her name was from Orange is the New Black, if she had tried to do it, it definitely would not have come off well. The girl who played Susan, definitely not enough space going on there. There's, whether you like that sort of thing or not, that's up to you. But like I'm just saying, for the functionary of a movie of an actress being able to do a thing that was obviously written in the script, they obviously liked her from the beginning, being like, oh, she'll be able to do the thing, yeah, and she'll look good doing it. Urgh. I don't know if directors really talk in place. I'm sure like some of them will say shit. I don't know. My point was that was me doing a character, not necessarily me. She's pretty, yeah, but that's how I say that, not like boom. Unless I'm being, I feel like I'm being funny. Like the other thing that it did really weird was like it just with the chaos of everything and nobody being in charge. Franco points that out directly at one point that it's just chaos. Like there's not a good in movie type thing going on. It starts questioning morality in each character, in the actions. Like if you're in a situation, is it okay to do this sort of thing? Do you do it and not hurt people? Do you do it and hurt people and not care? Do you do it and hurt people and care? Do you turn on each other and that's okay? It asked a lot of questions that it did not fucking address, and it gave us questions that were more interesting than what was happening in the movie. So it did itself a small disservice in that as well. Um, Sorry, I realized I actually wasn't looking at my show notes because I just was looking at the review and I was just trying to pick things out of that. I could go through this movie. They do a couple interesting things. They spray paint the camera. They come in fireman gear with bags for the equipment and spare slicks or whatnot. I think that's what you call it. For the ladies who did not come in fireman attire, sexist as that is, I think the idea was that not blonde was going to come in the blonde wig and try to be sexy, and then Angry Girl, I don't know what her fucking plan was. I thought it was distracting people. Like, thought that was her plan, and then obviously it was not. Like, that was just her being a stupid bitch. She caused a problem. The security guard or cop or whatever pulled a gun on her, and then that caused everyone else to have to go into action. So, welcome to the chaos factor there. They keep trying to tell them that the bank's haunted, one way or the other, or people think the bank's haunted and they see stuff or whatever, and like just disbelief. They see dude acting crazy on the camera. disbelief, disbelief, disbelief. Especially with all the electronic interference going on. Like, I would agree with them. I'd be like, what the fuck's happening? What's he doing? But like, if you're not, what are you doing? I can't reach you on the radio, and then nobody goes down there to activate anything. Obviously, there's something else going on. Obviously, they believe in something else going on. Otherwise, they would just be like, I'm gonna go down there and get his ass. And they did the stupid thing where they were beating on this door forever and a day, and I don't know why, because they were doing it holding shotguns and doing this really stupid thing where like she was banging the shotgun on the door and pointing the other end at her friend or her sister or whatever it was. So I didn't understand that, and not just shooting the door like they eventually did. So maybe the ghosts make them go a little crazy. I don't know. Slender Man would do that. That's how Slender Man does. Go Slendy. Go Slendy. There's a couple idiot moments in here on the hostages parts that I don't understand, and then it's coupled with idiocy on the robbers parts too. Like, there's the dude that runs. Like, why would they chase you? They're just gonna shoot you, and maybe you won't die from it. Maybe. The guy who takes his own mask off, that was stupid. Because the reaction very easily could have just been like, well, you're dead. And then you have an example sitting there for everyone else. Not guaranteed complacency, but you definitely get the severity of the situation in place. And I'm not saying, like, if you choose to rob a place, immediately kill someone to prove you're serious. Because honestly, in any hostage situation, everyone should consider the hostages dead, and then act accordingly, including the hostages. You're already dead. If you don't die from this, you're in the bonus round. That's just how I feel about things. Oh yeah, having to go pee. If you need to pee in a hostage situation, God, my eye, what the fuck? You damn well better have to go. That was such a bullshit move on Susan's part, on the head teller's part. Like, it should be coming out of you as he's walking you there. I can't go with you here. Whatever. Then you're gonna go in your pants later, and I'm still gonna be there. It's just dumb. I don't understand that bit at all. Obviously, it was all a mechanic excuse to explore the morality of, I think it was Michael. I just called him Handsome Guy because, like, none of the characters were important enough to remember. And then, like, 70,000 was not enough for them to share. Granted, there was 3 guys, 2 girls, 5 people, so that's what, 1, 0, so 10,500 each. I don't know why the bank had that little money, but, like, you go to the vault supply, you grab that like they did. Rip out a deposit box or 2. Yay, maybe. Clear out the teller stands. That's a few thousand right there. And then get out of there. Call it a day. Go rob some other places. Like, I think that was Angry Girl's, like, point at one point. And then she was like, oh, we ain't leaving without the money. It's like, make up your damn mind. And they had originally planned on leaving through the water main anyways, which was a weird plan, but it would work that time anyways. And so, like, you gotta get as much as you can, get on out of there. I don't know, and they get to a point where they realize the masks are dumb and everybody's pretty much secured, which is why that one guy should have been off as soon as he took his mask off. Like, why do you want to know more than you should? Obviously, it's not smart. I don't know, I'm skipping over a lot of this shit because it's empty. It's like, I mean, I actually have bullshit. But again, the chaos theory of who's in charge. There's just so many scenes of Franco just doing this. Like, there's really something over there, and it could have been like, he's just trying to think of what kind of sandwich he wants after the shoot. It doesn't tell me anything for you to look off screen and not give me any other context. There's a chance, like, people see things, but like they may have actually actively released the ghosts, which doesn't make sense because the friendly ghost is the one that tells him where the money is, and if he knew that was the rules, why do it? is that you're putting everybody at risk. Um, some of the ghost stuff was a really kind of awkward. Like at first, it looked like the guy in the vault was being tickled by the ghosts, um, and then it really looks like he puts the drill through his head of his own volition. It doesn't look like there's really anything else going on there, unless they're just tortured him so much, so quickly, that he just wants it done with, and then that takes a lot of effort to drill into your own head. The shotgun in your mouth, much quicker. But that looked like the ghost actually did all that. That wasn't the big guy's fault per se. Um, I'll give them this: they knew their audio cues, and they know like when like people should be at volume and when they should be quiet. But just it's the shit they were saying when that happened. Just it didn't matter. Like I can talk like this, I can bring the mood down, and I can center it. But if I'm saying I don't like Cheetos unless they're crunchy, it doesn't matter. Or I can talk like this and get angry, but if I'm still talking about how puffy Cheetos suck, it doesn't matter what I'm saying. There is volume control and purpose in acting and whatnot, and I wish I had like a scene I could just do offhand to prove my point, but I'm not an actor in that sense. You give me a script, maybe I can memorize it, maybe I can do the bit for you, but I'm just not. I don't have it on hand. I'm not ready to go like that. I do like that Noblon got so amped up about there not being ghosts, she's gonna electro torture Susan to get information out of her until the handsome guy comes back up, and it's like, what are you doing? And he's not brokenly traumatized about the guy drilling his own head in. That was amazing to me. Um, but they get in some weird fight that I don't care about, and then the sniper almost shoots both of them, and I don't care. Which is a weird move on the police's part too, and he even says so on the phone. He's like, "That wasn't my call. Somebody thought they saw something, and they made a call," which is really dumb in my opinion. Because even if it was a kidnapper and a hostage, are like where the hostage might have been in danger, you risk shooting the hostage, which in my opinion, like that wouldn't matter, but people seem to care, and then you you're gonna, if you miss like you did, you're gonna piss them off. They might off them anyways. It's like a really bad dice roll. And the fact that she checked the money to see what year they were made, that was a little weird. But just searching for answers where she didn't need them. It was like we got to watch people do psychobabble on themselves, where they were trying to protect themselves from the knowledge that ghosts were real by coming up with anything and everything. To wrap this up, like the idea of like burning the bank up a lot. It's kind of a dick move, but I guess maybe I get it. But it sets off the fire alarm, which really notifies everyone, and I don't really understand the point of that, because their whole plan was about being stealthy. And I assume that it was originally to replace and seal the water main pipe. Though that would have caused a lot of like burn off inside the pipe, and I'm not entirely sure like that would have been safe to breathe that in. And they had to do more than slide down a water slide. They had to crawl out the water main, so I don't know how much oxygen's actually running in there. Bunch of stuff I don't really know, and I don't want to do research on, because supposedly the NSA keeps track of shit like that. So yeah. The end scene was a little bit interesting. Yeah, of course we have the thing where it reveals Franco was a ghost, but they get to that mountaintop that overlooks Hollywood, or it's I don't know if it's Hollywood per se, but it's LA. It's some part of LA, maybe Anaheim actually. Now I'm thinking about it. No, Anaheim's too far away from the mountains. So, they're on this beautiful outcrop thing, and they're talking about it, and then they try to talk about ghosts, but neither one of them can say ghosts, and so they're trying to come up with more shit to tell themselves that it wasn't ghosts, and then I don't know what the fucking rules are, because then the lead robber shows up there. So are they cursed now? Is he now haunting them? Is he haunting the money? I don't know. I don't understand. Nothing's explained, and it's not. I'm not given enough to even come up with a theory. It's just all I know is the facts that like he went from here to there. The only common thread is the money and the fact that they were at the bank before. So maybe they made his hit list, or maybe he's just haunting the money. I don't know. It's extremely hard to come up with an idea for that. Um, what else can I say that I haven't said already? Um, I'm gonna actually say give this a skip. I don't know if I mentioned that or not from the review. It's good for a one-off watch, but you should have some friends and whatnot to really kind of like spice it up and make fun of it a little bit, or at least make it an experience. Or like maybe if you're that jumpy, the movie will do it for you. Um, Watching it on your own, especially for a second time, I gotta say it was not doing it for me. I didn't really enjoy it so much the second time. But hey, you can't win every time. Again, like I said, next week we're gonna do Aliens. So come over to Rabbit slash Camera and watch with us, and it should be a good time. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. Until you see me next time, I am Camera. This has been where is it? Scary Movie Squad. Right here on hashtag WeAreMovieClub. Want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations and they'll take you to our other channels. Thanks for watching.